we're going to talk about time limits and transitions. Time limits can be kind of a tough thing to master when you're very first preparing and just getting your bearings as a new teacher. But you'll find that some days you'll over-prepare, and then some days you won't prepare enough. But the whole point to setting time limits is to help teach our students how to start to manage their time. So regardless of whether you're running long or you're going short, during your lesson, maybe it's right on. During your lesson as well, you're going to make sure that we're teaching them how to block out their time. Time is a very abstract concept for kindergarten through second grade. A lot of kindergarten, first and second grade students don't understand the concept of time. And so when we can help them know, boys and girls, in 3 more minutes, we're going to clean up, okay? They have a heads up that something's going to be coming. You can only imagine if you were working on something, say you were writing or painting, working on an activity, and someone came out and pulled it away from you and said, "You're done," okay? I'm sure your stress level would go up, right? With students, when their stress level goes up, their behavior comes out. So a way to stop the behavior problems is to give them a heads up that we're going to be transitioning. With 3rd through 6th grade students, most of them have a concept of time by then, but what we want them to do is start to learn to manage that time. So we might say things like, we have 15 minutes to go, make sure your group is at least to problem 7 or halfway through the project or to this point in the routine before we clean up. So what we want them to do is start chunking their time out and managing that time. Another thing that I would like you to consider is having an end of class period or end of day routine with your students. I taught for many years before I figured out that at the end of the school day, I was rushing. I was getting, hurry, get your backpacks, and oh, forget it. And here's the papers from the PTA that I have to hand out. And, I felt really rushed. And it left my whole class and myself feeling incomplete. I felt rushed to get, sometimes the bell would even go off. And I'd still be going, oh my gosh, hurry out to the bus. And so what I ended up doing was actually planning time into the end of my scheduled day to have some closure with our classroom. Now we're going to talk about transitioning. Transitions are often, a lot of people define a transition as a physical movement. We transition from the door to the desk, from the stage to the floor. It is a physical movement. Transitions can be physical, but they can also be mental. If we're going on and on and on and on talking about a subject matter, it may be very engaging and fun, but research has shown us that our brain really only holds a few minutes at a time. So it's really okay to give the kids a mental transition. If I have take literacy for example, and you have a phonics lesson and it's got this piece and this piece and this piece, in between those pieces, we're going to get up and move. We'll do a dance. We'll do a brain break of some sort. If you have an opportunity to stretch and do yoga in between something, or you have an opportunity to show a really cool video on something that you've been studying, just a little mental transition, it will bring the kids back to focus to be able to absorb what it is that you're wanting them to do. When you're ready to transition with your students, once again, you're going to give a time limit, then you're very clear with your expectation. Make sure to think of anything and everything. Do not assume that they know what to do. Once again, think lockstep. Now, at the beginning of the school year, it's going to be very clear. At the end of the school year, they're pretty good at knowing those procedures if you've taught them well. And so then you'll be able to say, hey guys, make sure you walk over and grab your things and come back to the desks. They know what to do. By that point, they know how to stand up, how to walk over, how to get and prepare or to treat our materials well, put them in this position, all of that. That will come as they've learned their procedures. But make sure that you're very clear to tell them when you are needing them to transition.